and good morning all. So hope you are doing good. So yes, today we are going to start with the Power BI session. Okay, so today is the first class, so we are going to see the introduction to the Power BI service. So what is the Power BI service? So there are the two ways where we can install the Power BI service: on-premises service, cloud, or the licensing type, how to log in. And we are also going to see what is the role of Power BI service in your project, right? So Power BI service is nothing but it is Azure cloud-based service. Server. Okay, so which is used for sharing and collaboration. Okay, so let me share my screen. I'll also gonna to draw some image so that you'll have a little bit fair idea, right, how actually it is useful. So hope you guys are able to see my screen.
Yes, Amal.
Great. Okay, so today's topic that we are going to see is we are going to service, and already I think we have already seen what is the on-premises server, right, and what is the cloud. Do you remember? Okay, so even if you don't remember, don't worry, we are going to learn this in PDF. Okay, so what is on-premises, and anyway, so at high level I'm going to explain it, and we are also going to see what is the licensing type, and we are going to log in on Power BI service, and the you all are doing the project, right? Some few have completed the project, and we are also going to see project flow in the Power BI. Okay, and service. Okay. So as I said, what is the Power BI service? Power BI service is Azure cloud-based service, okay, which is used for sharing and collaboration. So Power BI can, as we have seen, we can create a report on what? Where we create a report?
Power BI desktop.
Power BI desktop, right? Okay, which is free, right? Standalone. Standalone tool, which is free. Do we require internet for desktop? Do we require? No internet is required, right? And third part, this is free component. Okay, and why we use this? For development purpose, right? We use it for dev. And core, this is the core component for the developers. Most of the developer, okay, so on this tool, you guys are going to work 90% to 95%. You people are going to work on Power BI desktop. How much time you are going to utilize on Power BI desktop? 90 to 95%. And what is the Power BI service? Okay, so Power BI service is a web component, we can say. Okay, you have to use it for sharing and collaboration. How you are going to share it? Okay, you have to first, okay, let me open the project, open, I'll show you. Okay, so everybody is aware of this tool, right? It's called Power BI desktop. Okay, so you connect with the multiple data sources, right, to create this report. Okay, also let me open the Excel sheet. Okay, so this is the place where you guys are going to, let's say this is the Power BI desktop. This is Power BI desktop. Okay, to this Power BI desktop, you are going to first connect to the data sources, multiple data sources, right? This can be your this can be your on-premise data, or this can be again the this can be on your cloud, or this can be your text. So do we have what is this? Okay, cube may ho sakta hai, otherwise what is this? Or file पे भी हो सकता है, right? Files, right, on premise. So these are the sources, right? एक तो फाइल से डेटा आएगा, जैसे कि Excel is the file, CSV is the file, HTML is the file, XML right? So you'll get the data from file, or you are going to connect your Power BI service to the cloud like Azure Cloud, Azure Blobs, right? Or there would be some on-premises server. Okay, so from here you are going to take data. So this already we have seen, right? This thing already we have seen. Yes. Fine. Okay. Great. So based on this data, so what we have decided, we have connected. Okay, this is the database. We have connected to the database, and this is the okay. So the report. Let's say this is the one report we have created. Okay, so I'll just copy this. Okay, so you have created this report using Power BI Desktop. Okay, so Power BI Desktop. Okay, it is standalone. No need the internet required, as long as if you are not going to use the map, right? Map you require the internet. Okay, otherwise for rest all you don't require. And why do we require it for map? Because we require geocoding, right? That kind of you can. So we have already learned about the how map is working. We require their latitude and longitude. Perfect, right? So y and x coordinate, latitude and longitude is nothing. Okay, so for that we have, let's say we have created the Power BI Desktop, and then what we have to do, we have to share this report. Okay, so this is the okay, let's see. So this is Power BI PBX file, .pbx file. Okay, so PBX file, you have to publish it. And where do I have to publish it? Where do I have to publish it?
Power BI service.
Power BI service.
Power BI service. Why do you have to publish it on the Power BI service?
So that other user can access this.
So that other user can access it. As I said, so what is the Power BI service? It is Azure cloud based service, right? So Azure is also the cloud, right? This is also the cloud. Okay, but what is this cloud? Azure cloud. Okay, so we are going to publish here PBX file, right? And what task we are doing here? We are going to give here permission. Then we are going to schedule a job, refresh. Then the accesses, giving the access. Okay, so in short, what is this? This is nothing but only admin kind of, we can say this is the tool of the admin, or here the admin people are going to work, not a developer. That is why I said your work would be on Power BI Desktop, and here admin people will be working. All admin tasks would be happening there. I have one best picture to actually there. Okay, so this is how actually it would be, and the kind of structure. Okay, are you clear, guys? Okay, and okay, perfect. After that, this Power BI you are going to share with end user. These are nothing but these are the end user. Who are the end user? Who are the end user? Guys?
Our client.
Perfect. Client. Those are very big shot people. Why? Because they actually usually take a business decision, right? So what is the business decision? How sales is going on? Do we have to offer something? Okay. So they also have to take care of, the their business. At some area business, if business is not going well, then they have to offer a lot of, these schemes, right? So that you can think of Amazon, maybe at some particular area they are giving a lot of offers. I have seen multiple times. When I'm in here in Pune, and when if my friend is working from my village, what means if they are calling me, I have to take something, and if I see the price is, sometimes it is different than his location. Why? Because the company also, check where your location is, right? How actually sales is going on. So they will try to, give some sales as per your area, as per your mobiles. Each and everything are getting tracked by the company. Okay, so this is overall what all about the Power BI services. Again, in the Power BI services, we are also going to see few the licensing. Okay, so it's not only on the cloud. You can also install Power BI service on your on-premises service also. So what is the on-premises service? Let me write it here. Okay, so code can be shared with client in two ways. What is the first way? Share report using Power BI service. Power BI service. So Power BI service is Azure cloud, right? And the second way, what is the second way?
Power BI reporting services.
Perfect. कैसे का नाम पता है आपको? Power BI report service. Perfect. Okay. So is this the cloud environment? This is nothing but on.
This is on-premise.
Okay. So who can tell me what is the on-premises means? What is on-premises?
Physical infrastructure for server maintained by the organization.
Perfect. Right. So here you have to buy the kind of computer configuration, set up infrastructure, have the administration, right? And you also have to buy a report server software. It is not a free for the on-premises. Okay, and even if you are doing all those things, you will not get all the functions in on-premises. Okay, because latest update kuch bhi aate rehte hain. So those would be the for the people who are using the Power BI services. Okay, so and here is the what is the disadvantage here? A lot of initial cost is actually has to be spent for the operational cost, for the admin infrastructure. So already I think we have taken little bit idea about this cloud. Okay, so those people who have not learned, don't worry, we are going to learn it. Okay, upcoming session when we are going to start Azure Data Factory. Clear? Okay, and then what is the cloud then? Okay, so what is the benefit of on-premises? Benefit क्या है? Why people think we should go with the on-premises? इतना भी पूरा खर्चा करके भी why people are still thinking of?
Organization can have direct control to the resources.
Security. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, at few points, like you can take example of the customer का कुछ अगर economical data है और banking का data है, they think कि I don't want to share this data on any platform, on any cloud. They want to keep their data very secure, and that time they will go with the Power BI services. Power BI reporting server, that for on-premises. Okay, that is the benefit. Okay, so okay, cloud is secure. It's not like it's unsecure, but again you are giving control to someone else, right? कुछ भी हो सकता है बाद में. तो that is what actually we don't take the risk, zero risk. Okay, हमें कुछ भी risk लेना नहीं है. That time we can go with Power BI service, Power BI on-premise report server, that is on-premises. Okay, clear यहाँ तक? And what is the cloud services then? Who is the cloud service provider?
AWS, Azure.
AWS, Azure,
GCP.
right? So those are the cloud service provider, and will provide service and softwares, right? Based on pay as you go, on rental basis, right? So Power BI server is the software that can be installed on premises as well, and your cloud also. Okay, cloud mein to Azure mein they actually will set up everything. You just have to write URL, login, and you have to start using it. All right. Okay, so let's understand again the licensing. How the license is actually model is there. Okay, so again. Yeah. Okay, so Power BI have three types of license. Okay, so one is the, I think I have already given a little bit idea about what is Power BI Pro license, what is the premium license, if you remember. Do you remember, guys?
Yes.
And the per capacity license. Okay. Okay, so this is the on-premises जो भी software है that you will not get in Pro or premium per user. Okay, I think premium, I'll write it here, and in premium again we have two type. Okay, otherwise let's write it. Let's not get complicated. User license. Okay, so here You cannot use, the Power BI on premises. Here also you cannot use the on premises software, but you can go ahead and you can use the Power BI service server on premises here. Okay, you'll not get the software here. Okay, you'll get it here. Okay, so this is per user license. This is this is also per user license, but this is not a per user license. This is capacity license. I'm telling this licensing, the model. Okay, it was till the 2024. Okay, so in 2025 they have changed a little bit. That also I'm going to show you directly on website. Okay, so this was till the 2024. 2025 May, I think in February they have changed the the capacity per capacity licensing. That I'm going to show you how they have changed it and how they are trying to sell the fabric. Okay, इसका मतलब they are more having concern on the fabric. Okay, upcoming में fabric को भी बहुत सारा डिमांड आने वाला है, अभी भी है. Okay, but okay, I'll tell you how actually that is important here itself. Okay, so here what is the cost for Pro? Anybody have any idea?
$20
No, Pro के लिए
$10
per user per month. Okay, and what is the cost for
20
premium?
for premium I think is $20 per user per month.
And capacity के लिए
it is $499 I guess for 4,000 plus for premium capacity. I think it is 4,000.
Yeah, premium capacity के लिए what you are saying?
4,000 something like that. 4,995
yeah. per capacity.
per capacity.
Okay, so per capacity तो नहीं हो सकता, capacity लिखते हैं हम, because उसमें क्या है कि again it's depending how actually how many users you'll be getting. Okay, so here again
Amol sir, I have a small question for this. So in the per capacity, do we have any limit to add users?
Perfect, very good, the question. Okay, so in per capacity, 1 minute so that मैं distinguish करना चाहता हूँ, highlight करना चाहता हूँ, so that you will have a little bit more concentration. Okay, so in per capacity, okay, there is a limit. Okay, so what is the limit? It's depending on the how relationship you have with the Power BI. Okay, so इसमें आपको 600 users तो ऐसे ही मिल जाते हैं. Okay, but if you have relationship with the Microsoft, means ऐसा नहीं कि बिल गेट्स से मेरी दोस्ती है, right? It's not like that. Okay, so it's all depending on कि आपकी जो कंपनी है तो Microsoft की कितने सर्विसेज यूज करती है. Are you using the Azure already? Are you using, okay, so OSs you are using, MS Office already you are using, right? Based on that it is getting decided कि एक capacity में कितने लोग ये कर सकते हैं. तो ये 600 से लेके 1200 तक you can increase the capacity, and they easily actually give it. If you are using more services from the Azure, okay, they will give you the 1200. Okay, but इसका उनका यही प्लान है कि आप दूसरा कुछ यूज मत कर लेना, आप हमारी सर्विसेज यूज कर लेना, आप Azure यूज करो, AWS मत यूज करना. आप फिर यानी सब प्रोडक्ट जो है यू यूज फ्रॉम Microsoft, तो उसके हिसाब से they will try to sell their own product. Okay, so this is the pricing model. And again, Power BI का Pro license है, it is little bit a slow version. Why I'm saying it is little bit slow version? Because it has a shared resources capacity. What is the shared resource means? What are the resources means? People who have attended the ADF. ADF किसने attend किया
The
इसमें?
services that we add in the ADF.
Perfect. Okay, let's say this is the your Azure. Azure में there are lots of services. We have 200 plus services. Okay, so there would be a RAM, right? There would be a Azure Blob. There would be a the Azure Data Lake, Synapses. Okay, so capacity means, okay, let's say you are trying to use some RAM, trying to buy some what we can say storage, CPU or GPU kind of. Okay, online में CPU होता है max, not a GPU. Okay, so those are the services, and those are actually shared resources. Okay, so Power BI license are going to use. That is why it is actually has a performance impact. So we can say like performance is less. Okay, and it is suitable for what? Suitable for small organization. Okay. Okay, and there is again the capacity is very less. Okay, so capacity means agar aapko data refresh karna hai, so you can refresh 8 times refresh per day. 8 times per day. And there is again one the important thing we have to remember here. Okay, so you can store here 1 GB. Okay, instead of writing, so that I can share this file with you for your own study. So here 1 GB per data set capacities. How much? 1 GB per data set. Okay, even if you are, let's say you have data. Okay, so 1 GB is the what we can say, it is compressed data. You know what is the compressed data? Compressed is nothing but, let's say if you have 10 millions of record, okay, which is equal to 10 GB, round figure we are taking it. Okay, so 10 GB से ज़्यादा भी हो सकता है, कम भी हो सकता है, but after compress it, okay, it will compress by up to 10x, तो वो 1 GB का डेटा हो जाएगा. Okay, so this 1 GB का डेटा की लिमिट है. अगर यहाँ पे 1.1 भी आ गया तो this pro won't accept. Okay, so that is biggest limitation I would say. Okay, so you will not be able to handle here large amount of data. So this is actually very good for small scale company, those companies who have very less data. Otherwise, even in big organization, जहाँ पे internally actually metrics team के लिए या तो performance teams के लिए आपको data just ये करना है, showcase करना है, that time also you can go with pro license. Okay, and that too अगर आपके पास it's depending again कि how many users are there, right? Okay, let me give an example here. Okay, so first let's understand here. I'll give the example of premium per user, and then we will compare the pricing model also. Okay, so here as I said, $20 per user per month के लिए यहाँ पे, okay, actual monthly charges है, and here you will be able to see here shared capacity, right? Here you will be get dedicated capacity. Okay, and here again you can see it is suitable for the small organization. It is suitable for the, here performance is also good, and the suitable for what we can say less user, big data, small नहीं, but अगर कम भी user है but आपके पास data बहुत ज़्यादा है, तो we can see कि for less user and big amount of big data, जिसके पास ज़्यादा data है. Okay, so it has a very good capacity to handle the large data set, and we have here capacity of refreshing data 48 times per day. Okay, and we can see data ज्यादा है but लोग कम है, इसका मतलब क्या है कि मीडियम कंपनी हो सकती है, राइट? अदरवाइज बड़ी भी कंपनी हो सकती है, बट एक छोटी टीम है कि जिनको यूज करना है, राइट? दे डोंट वांट टू इंक्रीज द एक्सपेंसेस अननेसेसरीली लाइक 4995. बट अगर आपको पावर बीआई सर्विस का, ये पावर बीआई रिपोर्ट सर्विस का अगर बेनिफिट लेना है, तो यू हैव टू गो विथ पर कैपेसिटी लाइसेंस. Okay, this actually won't help you to install the software. Okay, so clear है यहाँ तक, and now let's jump into the per capacity license. Guys, are you able to understand it? Sorry, I haven't asked you कि कुछ question इसमें है नहीं, because today we are just gonna to speak little bit theory, because इसमें बहुत सारे questions आ भी सकते हैं. Okay, so that is why actually first session usually I takes like theoretical. कुछ doubt है? पूजा, अंकिता, सतीश, ऋषिकेश?
No,
No, Amal sir, no doubt.
सुजीत?
no,
Okay, सर के ऊपर से कुछ जा रहा है?
no, not now.
राइट, वेरी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है, इसमें इतना कुछ डिफिकल्ट है नहीं. अगर आप ठीक से ध्यान दोगे तो बाद में आपको कुछ करने की भी जरूरत है नहीं. ओके, एंड इट इज वेरी ऑप्टिमाइज्ड थिंग्स आई एम शोइंग इट हियर. अगर ये आपको पढ़ना है तो बहुत आपको बड़ा ब्लॉक पढ़ना पड़ेगा. ओके, अदरवाइज आई वुड सजेस्ट कि अभी रिसेंटली है ना जो परप्लेक्सिटी का जो टूल है उसमें बहुत अच्छी इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलती है. यही आप अगर उस पर सर्च करोगे ना तो आपको और भी नॉलेज बढ़ेगा. बट अगर आपको टाइम नहीं है तो यू डोंट हैव टू, इसमें बहुत सारी, दिस इज ऑप्टिमाइज्ड थिंग. ओके, तो इतना शॉर्ट एंड स्वीट आपको कहीं पे इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं मिलेगा. बट इफ यू फाउंड ऑफ रीडिंग इट, यूज दैट. तो मुझे लगता है फ्री भी आया है ना किसके, एयरटेल के साथ. गाइस,
Free what perplexity?
हाँ हाँ, आर यूजिंग इट? ChatGPT यूज कर रहे हो? क्या यूज कर रहे हो?
ChatGPT use.
ChatGPT.
तो
ChatGPT
फ्री
and
वाला
Copilot.
वर्जन हो? ओके, कोपायलट तो बहुत ही अच्छा ही है.
Mhm.
ओके, फ्री वाला वर्जन हो या पेड वाला वर्जन?
फ्री वाला.
Free wala.
फ्री
Yes.
वाला. तो परप्लेक्सिटी का भी एक्चुअली कुछ चार्जेस नहीं लगता अगर यू आर
Yeah.
टाइटल यूजर ना. गो विद दैट, बिकॉज़ मैंने पर्सनली देखा है, बहुत अच्छा एक्चुअली आपको लर्निंग के लिए बहुत अच्छा है. फॉर स्टूडेंट इट इज वेरी वेरी गुड. आई हैव एक्सप्लोर इट. मेरे पास उसका प्रो लाइसेंस भी है. ओके, सो आई यूज इट, आई हैव सीन इट. बट ChatGPT का भी एक्चुअली आई हैड इट बट आई डोंट यूज इट नाउ. Okay, when it was launched, we are 4 people. Okay, still I'm paying it, but I'm not using it. Okay, तो 4 लोग मिलके 500 रुपए we are contributing 500 per head and use करते थे वो. Still people are using it. Okay, मैं भी कभी-कभी अगर जरूरत लगा तो I still make. Okay, but उसमें difference है. Pro में तो इतना difference है, but that is over cost. Okay, 20,000 per month is literally over cost. और भी थोड़ा optimize होता है. So you don't have to spend a lot. Free में भी चलेगा, but I would suggest कि perplexities अगर आप use करते हो तो that is actually like free and use for study. This is my suggestion being a trainer. तो यहाँ वहाँ देखने से अच्छा you'll get lot of things. Okay, optimized अगर आपको reading करने से समझ में आता है तो. Otherwise we have lot of videos, you can go through it and start build the practices. Okay, chalo. So I don't want to get deviate from the topic. Okay, so here capacity we are talking about, right? So here we can add, as I said, n numbers of users, but how? 600 to 1200 depending on the relationship you have. Okay, otherwise let me write it here. You have, we can add n numbers of users. Why I'm saying n of the numbers of users? Because it is
Variable.
Variable,
On
and it is
the
depending on the how you have the relationship with your Microsoft. Okay, perfect. And this is the monthly charges. Okay, and this is suitable for high level of organization. Suitable for high. Okay, and it has one extra capacity, that is you'll get this software. जो दूसरे किसी में भी नहीं मिलेगा. Okay, and on premises server पे अगर आपका इंस्टॉल करना है तो you have to go with per capacity license. But let me tell you. Okay, so if you have very large amount of data, okay, or let's say कि आपके पास छोटा डेटा है and लोग भी ज्यादा नहीं है, you have 100 people plus 2 developers and 100 people are viewer. Okay, so you have to understand ना, जो व्यू करेगा, if you are the Power BI Pro licensee, जो व्यू करने के लिए एंड यूजर के लिए भी Power BI Pro लाइसेंस का जरूरत पड़ेगा. Okay, it's not like कि फ्री यूजर वाले करेंगे, नहीं, no. Okay, here so viewer, let's say who is the viewer, these are the end user, those are the viewer, इनके लिए भी Power BI Pro का लाइसेंस होना जरूरी है even if they want to view the report. Okay, so what would be the cost here? Okay, so 102 total, how many people? 102 into what is my cost? 10. So $1,000 में ये काम हो जाएगा, right? And here instead of 1,000, $2,040. 2040 per dollar. And here it would be higher cost, double से ज्यादा, right? Almost. Now you can think of 500 users आपके पास. 500 users means let's say कि some people, 60 people are developer, and वो 60 people से और भी कुछ 10 admin रहेंगे, और बाकी 400 people are actually 400 और 450 people are viewer. तो इसमें आपको कितना कॉस्ट जाएगा? 500 into $10, $5,000, right? इसमें कितना कॉस्ट जाएगा? 10,000. And in this one 5,000. Okay, that means why it is actually good for the large scale of company or high level of organization, because of these things. Okay, so instead of spending here 5,000, उसमें बहुत सारे actually limitations है, right? You cannot actually use the data if you have more larger than the 10 GB. Okay, so यहाँ पे तो बहुत ज्यादा चार्जेस लगने वाले, तो why you can't go with the per capacity? Okay, so this is how actually the pricing model they have kept it. And recently in 2025 February के बाद they have changed this price $14, $24, and इसके लिए तो अभी charges था. Okay, they have actually kept it very means what कि they have to see कि how you want to go with the service, because यहाँ पे let me tell you कि sorry, here we have 10 GB की capacity per data set. Okay, here also we have 10 GB by default, but you can increase it up to 400 GB. 400 GB. Okay, are you able to understand what is the 400 GB means? And the storage also, you can say here the storage you will get 10 GB का storage. Okay, but इस storage में कैसे कर सकते हैं आप? One data set can be 1 GB का. So 10 data set, अरे तो it's depending on कि data set कितना अपना बड़ा है उस size के हिसाब से. Based on that, so 10 GB का ही आपको data यहाँ पे storage मिलेगा. And here you will get 100 GB. And how about this? You will get here 100 GB. 100 TB का storage. It's very large, right? Now let's come back to the pricing model. This is the new pricing model. As I said, okay, this is the free में trial version. We are going to use it. अगर आपको ये lifetime चाहिए तो you will, okay, lifetime तो यहाँ पे तो बहुत महंगा है, but even if you want, you can contact me. Okay, we have collaboration with the Microsoft team, so you'll get the license in 1500 में. He actually giving the lifetime guarantee, but एक दो साल से मैं यूज कर रहा हूँ, तो I cannot say कि वो lifetime देगा क्या नहीं देगा. Okay, and you will also get 5 TB storage, जहाँ पे आप आपका खुद का भी स्टोरेज बहुत सारी कुछ चीजें स्टोर कर सकते हो. Okay, if you want, otherwise free version में चलेगा. Okay, you can use free version. Okay, and here you can see the recent price for Power BI Pro. Okay, so this is $14 per month, and it will be actually charged yearly basis. You can see this has been an, they have increased the price, and you can see instead of 4995 they have written here variable, because of, okay, they want you to contact to them so that they can sell a lot on services. Okay, so बहुत सारी services है उनके पास. If I hover over below, you can see, okay, you can take the services. This is again कि memory कितना चाहिए, you have to contact them, you have to negotiate with them, तो उसके हिसाब से they will be sharing with you. And fabric, maybe if you scroll down, you'll be able to see okay, fabric ka, okay, so they have not given here fabric. I have to click here, and you can see if you want to go with the fabric, you can see here fabric ke liye. Okay, so this is how actually they have changed the price model. Okay, price के बारे में ज़्यादा question नहीं करेंगे, but if they ask, okay, so I'll be sharing this, for latest. Okay, I'm going to share this. This way. Okay, here I'll be dropping the. Okay, so hope you got a little bit idea about the pricing model and all, right? Are we all good?
Yes,
guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Amar.
Okay, as I said, for Power BI Pro, you have to remember that both developer and client need to have access Power BI services, because one question was asked, like, confusion, let's say you are Power BI Pro user and end user doesn't have, the Power BI license, Pro license. So will he be able to, use it? So answer is no, because for all user, for both developer and end user के लिए Power BI service का license लगेगा if he is Power BI Pro user. Okay, great. Now we will speak about what is the what we can say the workspace and all from tomorrow. So I don't want to extend today's session, since this is the first class. So if you have any doubt, any questions, feel free to ask me. Any doubt, guys? Let me take the attendance also. कुछ अगर doubt है तो let me know. Okay. Actually, attendance. Good. And that's it. Okay. Now let me know if you have any doubt, any questions. You can take it from here. Yes, Pooja, Pratija, Swati, Rahul, Kaushal.
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I'll be sharing this sheet with you. Okay. अगर ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं है तो वेस्ट मत करना, इतना थोड़ा पढ़ाई कर लेना, and be ready for interviews के perspective से, for people who have completed the project. For other, you have ample time of opportunity to explore it. Okay.
Amol, one question, like on basis of this, can any interview question be asked? The only which we have studied today.
Right. Based on anything. Okay, कुछ भी. Okay, so they might ask you the question, as I said, what are the license you are using, right? If you are saying the Pro, then they will jump into the topic like how much data size you have handled, right? So अगर वहाँ पे आप बोलते हो कि in 15 million, तो 15 million में तो फिर then there is a problem, right? 15 million, there is a possibility कि 10 GB से ज़्यादा data रहेगा, compress होने के बाद 1 GB से ज़्यादा रहेगा. Then I'll again ask the counter question, then how do you handle the data, right? फिर इसमें handle हम कैसे data करते हैं? Let's say कि आपके पास this is the actually 10 GB का data है, sorry 1 GB का ही capacity, 10 GB का storage है, right? And if you have 1.5 GB की file after compression, okay, then you will not be able to push it in Power BI Pro services, isn't it? Okay, then what we have to do, you have to split the data. Okay, so one data set बनाओ 800 का 800 MB का, and दूसरा बनाओ around बाकी कितना पेंडिंग है 700 MB का. Okay, so then actually you have to split it. You have to actually then create data set and push it data. Okay, so this is how actually counter question they might ask.
So actually we'll have to process data separately.
Right, data we have to separately process. Okay, that also I'm gonna to tell you कि how actually अगर छोटा डेटा सेट है, you can think ना आपके अगर मेमोरी 32 GB दी है कंपनी में, most probably there are high chances कि 32 GB का आपके पास वेटेज रहेगा रैम का. You might have 32 GB of RAM. Okay, अगर 62 भी देंगे तो भी फायदा है नहीं इतना, because 32 में भी देखो क्या होता है कि even if you have 32 GB RAM, तो this is the Power BI का application है, right? And this is actually कॉलमनार डेटाबेस पे डिपेंड है कि जहाँ पे आपका डेटा जो है रैम यूटिलाइज करता है, एंड इस रैम पे यू कैन टेक 10 GB का डेटा, ज्यादा नहीं तो क्रैश होएगा, राइट? अगर इससे ज्यादा डेटा है तो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, यू हैव टू गो विद द पावर बीआई सर्विस. तो पावर बीआई सर्विस में डेटा फ्लो करके ऑप्शन है. डेटा फ्लो में यू विल गेट पावर बीआई क्वेरी. पावर बीआई क्वेरी सेम जो हमने पढ़ा है ना, वही पावर बीआई क्वेरी यू विल हैव ऑन पावर बीआई सर्विसेज. तो पावर बीआई सर्विसेज में एज आई सेड, here you will get, and this actually function is available only for premium user. You can just think कि logically कि यहाँ पे तो आपको कैपेसिटी ज्यादा दी ही नहीं है, तो वैसे भी आप डेटा नहीं लोड करने वाले हो, कर पा रहे हो, राइट? तो फिर then you have to jump into the Power BI premium license itself. And here, okay, so then you can take the data in the data flow and you can clean the data, and again there are two ways. Okay, so ये डेटा Power BI से directly ले सकते हो, otherwise ज्यादा ही डेटा है, you can think of 400 GB, so then you have to use here Azure data lake. Okay, Azure data lake, and this functionality is available in where? Fabric, not in your capacity. Fabric के साथ जाना पड़ेगा. That is why they have not mentioned here any pricing model here. Okay, Fabric के साथ जाना है तो there would be a different kind of charges that you have to remember. So
Amol, I have one question, like which one we can refer to, like in the interview if we are explaining, we should go with premium one or how?
Okay,
it depends on what?
It's depending on कि आप कितना डेटा बताने वाले हो. You might have idea कि आपने कैसे आंसर देना है. थोड़ा दिखने आपके इंटरव्यू का थोड़ा वाइवल यार रहेगा, राइट? हाउ विल स्पीक इन इंटरव्यू. तो उसमें व्हाट डिड यू थिंक कि आप कितना डेटा का एक हैंडलिंग का आपने सोचा है, दैट यू हैव टू थिंक. इफ यू आर थिंकिंग लेस डेटा, तो टेल देम ये आपको हैंडल करना है, राइट? जस्ट माय थिंग इज व्हाट, ओके, सो यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड कि ये किसकी क्या कैपेसिटी है. इफ यू आर सेइंग कि मिलियंस एंड मिलियंस, 15 मिलियंस, 20 मिलियंस का डेटा, लार्ज डेटा सेट यू आर गोना टू यूज, नेवर स्पीक अबाउट दिस पावर बीआई.
Okay.
अगर आप बोलते हैं 2 मिलियन 3 मिलियन का डेटा है, मिलियंस में डेटा है, ओके, अराउंड 1 मिलियन का डेटा है, हैंडल इट, देन यू कैन स्पीक अबाउट दिस. ओके, एंड इफ यू आर स्पीकिंग अबाउट बिलियंस ऑफ डेटा, स्पीक अबाउट दिस.
Okay.
ठीक है? आई होप you understood how you can manage to speak in interview.
Yeah, we need to cover whatever point you just explained, like
Correct.
what is the data size and everything.
Correct. Yeah.
Amol, in case of pro license, you mentioned that if we have the 1.5 GB data, we will bifurcate the data into 700 MB and 800 MB, right? So it will exceed that 1 GB का limit. So
कहाँ पे एक्सेड हो रहा है? ये देख रहे हो? So you can see, is this 1 GB exceeding 1 GB? Is this exceeding 1 GB?
So
it
you
is less,
say
na?
that one time it is the 1 GB limit?
Right. Okay, data set के लिए बोला है, for data set, one data set के लिए. Storage limit है 10 GB. Okay, वैसे you can add multiple data sets where your total will be a 10 GB.
Okay, got it.
Okay. और इतना
we
वो
don't have the like published data source, we don't have here written.
Sorry, pardon?
Published data source, we have the facility of published data source that we can publish the data source at once, and we can use that data source against the different files or the reports.
Perfect. That we are going to see tomorrow there is no class. Saturday Sunday is just weekday का class है, तो Monday को we are going to see it. Okay, इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें आपकी जो concept है clear हो जाएगी, जैसे हमारे एक सेशन हो जाएंगे, complete होगी, right? तो theoretically ही मैं ज्यादा बताता हूँ, because ये सब देखो इतने भी I don't think कि interviewer will jump into that deep level कि that I'm going to explain here. Similarly, we are going to conduct the session the upcoming in Monday. Okay, उसमें और भी ज्यादा आपकी जो भी doubts है वो clear हो जाएंगे. ठीक है? तो how actually data project flow is also I'm going to share with you कि पहले क्या आएगा, data source में फिर क्या होगा, data set create करोगे, data set से आप उसके बाद क्या करोगे, आप उसके बाद you will be able to create reports, राइट। तो रिपोर्ट्स के बाद उसके साथ आप क्या कर सकते हो, यू कैन क्रिएट डैशबोर्ड. Okay, so if there is huge data, what you will do? Okay, if you are senior, okay, so if you have very good exposure of handling large data set, you are going to clean the data, right? And then okay, if you get the data, the source से data source data set बनाया जाएगा, data engineer बनाएंगे, otherwise आपका lead बनाएगा, आपका SME बनाएगा, आपका senior people, they will be creating it here. And after that there are 10 users going to use the same data, right? And 10 users going to develop 25 reports, right? And 25 reports if you can create 5 dashboards. This is the project workflow which we are going to discuss in upcoming session. ठीक है, I think I am telling you all this in little bit, ज़्यादा ही deep में, but don't worry, इतने भी deep में आपको question आएंगे नहीं आएंगे, I don't know, but yes, I'm going to cover lots and lots of things more on real time oriented. देखो ऐसे आप अगर YouTube में देखोगे ना तो 10 आपको ट्यूटोरियल मिलेंगे, तो मुझे पता है इसलिए मैं इसमें ज़्यादा नहीं पढ़ता हूँ, मैं ज़्यादा इसी में पढ़ता हूँ कि जो आपको कहीं पे नहीं मिले. I have exposure, what I have learned, okay, वही आपको समझ में आएगा और वही आपको इंटरव्यू के लिए क्या बनेगा, एक सपोर्ट डॉक्यूमेंट बनेगा, आपको कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्ड होगा कि नहीं मैंने काम किया, बिकॉज आजकल उसी के ऊपर ही क्वेश्चन किया जाता है. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाई एक्चुअली आई एम गोना टू tell everything here in details, okay, based on what I have learned in real time. तो पावर बीआई टैबलू दोनों पे मैंने काम किया, दोनों टूल पे, सो आई नो द बोथ द थिंग्स इन डिटेल. चलो, वैसे तो बहुत सारी टेक्नोलॉजी पे काम किया गाइस. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस अगर बाकी का भी कुछ है आपके पास तो लेट मी नो. चलो देन again कुछ है डाउट तो we'll jump into, otherwise we'll stop it here.
No questions, sir.
चलो then, thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.